Let's do this. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Skip Happens. And welcome to a very, very special episode. This one's been in the works for a little bit, a few hours anyways. No, it's been a little bit longer than that. And today, of course, I'm making it official. Skip Happens is growing. Y'all know that normally I go on, I have a country artist, either he's on a tour bus or they're sitting in their home in Nashville or they're somewhere on the road. Well, you know what? We're also going to break away from that a little bit and kind of expand with Skip Happens. And I was thinking to myself, why not bring in someone who can make this thing even better? And you know what? I found that person. I did. And I found her she came on board with the radio station as a part-time promotions guru, somebody that wanted to come in and hang banners and go to the shows. You know, there's a lot of perks to that as well. And I wanted somebody that would debate me, somebody to laugh with me, somebody to keep me in line. And y'all know that can be a little crazy. And maybe get me in trouble once in a while, which she's already done a few times. No, I'm just kidding. But I want you to say hello to my brand new co-host.
Hello.
This is Reagan, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
We call her Miss Ray. We call her Miss Ray. So y'all got to be nice to her. And if you're watching this, I want to know, where are you watching? And if you have any questions or anything, whether it's radio, whether it's, anything that I do or anything that Reagan is doing or Miss Ray does, feel free to ask. But we're really going to get to know her today. As a matter of fact, I can really upset her now because I could go like a close-up like that. See? Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
Yes, this is awesome.
Then I could go like this.
Amazing.
Then I could go like, you don't want to see me. No, you don't want to do that. That's
jump scare.
There you go. But anyways, there we are. And we're sitting, this is what I call the pod Zoom. A lot of people don't know that I have, and now you're a witness to it.
Yes.
This is the real deal. This is the podcast studio. This is where I do the interviews. This is where
the magic happens, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. And it also happens at the radio station because you do a lot of work with the Inner Harbor cast that we put together. If you watch that and you subscribe to the Inner Harbor cast on YouTube, from Inner Harbor Media, Reagan is the one that puts all those guests on the calendar. I do the interviews, and she's going to start doing some of those as well. So, but anyways, here you are, girl.
Here I am.
And everybody's been like getting you pumped up to do. Everybody's like,
yes, everyone's been so supportive. You know, I think it's normal to get a little nervous to do this. You know, it's been a while. I used to do a little bit of on-camera stuff, but it's been a minute.
So when you talk about you did some on-camera stuff, tell us about that.
So I've always kind of had an interest in communications. Mm-hmm. When I was in high school, I got into the school news and I really fell in love with like that environment and creating this entertainment for people and kind of being an outlet to get information. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? I want to go to college for this. So it kind of evolved into wanting to be a news anchor. So I was like, I'm going to try to be on camera, try to shoot my shot. And I did not really like it because I was like, there's too much structure. There's too much, I don't know. Like I felt like I couldn't be silly on the news, which you don't really see that on the news. You don't see people acting spunky and acting a little, having a lot of personality. Right. They're really there to
maybe morning television. Maybe a little bit. There's a little bit more in the way of personality when it comes to morning TV. But I get you.
Yes.
But you're here.
Yeah. So how did I get here, right? So I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm going to stick through with this. I went to school for broadcasting, media, and mass communication. So I was like, I'm going to stick through with this. Like, I love communications. Like, I love promotions. I love production. I love all sorts of that kinds of stuff. So I was like, how can I evolve this? So then I got into taking music classes, like learning about pop music and media. Mm-hmm. And that's actually where I got this opportunity to work at the radio station, was through that class. They mentioned some summer help being needed at the radio station. And I was like, hey, that sounds like a really awesome opportunity. So I reached out and the radio station welcomed me with open arms. And they really did. They were like, this college kid, she's she's a little odd, but she's here. She wants to work, so
Yeah.
we'll
You know,
we'll put
and
her
that's
to work.
if you've I don't know if you're watching this, if you've ever been in a radio station, almost everybody that works there, I don't care where it is, we're all a little odd.
That's true. We are an odd bunch, but that's
we
how
love
you
it.
know. Yeah, that's how you know you're getting good content. You're
Mm,
coming from
mm,
people that
yeah.
have a creative mindset, kind of look at the world a little differently, and
Mhm,
you
mhm.
know, I think it's really been affirming to go to the radio station because I've been able to see, like, we have, not to mention the elephant in the room, we have kind of an age gap,
We do, we
and
do.
a lot of, some of my other coworkers
Mhm.
are older than me, and I was kind of worried in the beginning, are they gonna like me? Are
Really?
they? I 100% was so nervous. I was like, I'm just a kid. Like
What?
I don't know. Like I was like, I'm a kid.
Well, it didn't take
I
long
was,
to
yes, and
realize
you
it
all
wasn't
were
like
just
that.
like, oh my gosh, Reagan, you're amazing. We
Yeah.
love you. You can do no wrong. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are
You
amazing.
have passion and you're very dedicated to what you do.
Yes,
We see that. And you've become one of us within the building, which
I
is kind of
appreciate
cool. And
that.
we're all like family. We
Yeah.
fight like family. We
We love like family,
we
fight
love
like
like
family, pick
family.
on each other.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Exactly right. How cool is that? But so you're from Fulton.
Yes, I grew up in Fulton, which is
Okay.
a small town,
Mhm.
just a little bit north of Syracuse.
South of Oswego.
Yes,
In
south
between.
of Oswego, and then I went 20 minutes north, right on Lake Ontario, and went to college at Oswego.
So you were close to home. Did you live at home when you went to Oswego? So you were
Yeah,
that close.
yeah. I spent one semester. I tried to step out of my comfort zone and stay on campus. And I was like, college kids are just too gross for me.
What?
They're loud. They're dirty.
That's
they
college.
I was like, my mom cooks me dinner. I know I'm going to have good conversation at the end of the night. Like,
Mhm.
it's better.
Mhm.
I preferred that, and I got to save more money. And I come
Yeah,
from a
no,
family
it's a good
that's
choice.
extremely supportive.
That's awesome.
And I was like,
Were you in Fulton for the Nestle plant, or that was before your time? That was
That
before.
was
We
a
talked
little,
about this
yes.
the other day.
So we touched on this earlier
Hmm.
in the week or last week. Nestle's closed the year before I was born. So I was,
I guess I just showed my age. But I do remember that, and I'm sure you've been told that you used to be able to, you would drive into Fulton and it would smell so good. I mean, just the chocolate from the Nestle plant.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I hear stories about it that it would like fill the air and it
Yeah.
smelled so
What is
good.
what is there? I don't mean this in a bad way. What is there to do in Fulton? Growing up in Fulton? I mean, what did you do? You've got the Lakeview Lanes. You've got the bowling alley.
Yeah, we kind of growing up, I grew up in the country in Fulton.
Mm.
So my family, we kind of did our own thing. We had four-wheelers. I grew up with four-wheelers. I grew up with chickens.
cool.
I grew up with a pool. I grew up with a garden, a big backyard, lots of things to do. So it was really more about
Cool.
keeping yourself busy, which was awesome, And I think that's kind of what sparked this creative outlook in life later, right now, is because like I was allowed to have so much imagination
Mhm.
as a young
Tell
kid.
me something that most people would be surprised to learn about you.
Surprised to learn about me.
What do you think?
Like if they didn't know me, I think that they would be surprised that I'm a swim instructor.
Really?
Yeah, so
But
I've been a swim instructor. Like I do the radio station, but I also
work at the water.
yes,
Yeah.
and
Oh, that's cool.
I
I
spend a
didn't-
lot of time doing swim instructing, and I work with a lot of kids, and it's wonderful. It's a really awesome thing. I love doing that because I don't know, I get to interact with kids. I get
I
to
love
do
that. I
swimming
love
because
that.
I used to competitively swim. So it's like,
Oh.
I don't know, I get to step in that old
You were on the
headspace.
swim team?
Yes, I was on
In high school?
in high school.
Was it G. Ray Bodley High?
Yes,
Is that the
that's-
school? Because I
yes.
went and spoke there once. I had to talk about broadcasting and try to convince people they should go into broadcasting. Yeah.
You should do that again. I think that they would love that.
Yeah, it was, they had their career days or something like they took a couple of days out of the year and they went around to local businesses and said, we'd like somebody to come from the radio station and talk to the students. We want somebody, like there were police departments were there, the troopers were there, Army National Guard was there, all these different opportunities for the youth. Whatever they were interested in, they could sign up. Then they put them in a certain room and let's say it was the radio room. That's where I would go. I'd meet with all the kids and talk to them and tell them what I do and why I love it so much.
I think that's so cool. I wish they did that more when I was in high school, because I think having someone like you in school,
Oh, no, that's not good. Yeah.
No. Well, no, I don't think it could be that bad. I think just seeing somebody like actually live that dream, you know what I mean? Like really just do their thing. And I think that's so cool. What's so cool about you is like, you just do your own thing, Well,
thanks.
Yeah.
The thing with me, Miss Ray, is the fact that I just love what I do. And, there's a lot of bad that goes with the good. It's with any job. It's with anything that we do. But I just love what I do. Is that the
advice that you would give for like life is just love what you do?
Love what you do.
Yeah.
And if you don't love what you do, then you need to look elsewhere. Because if you don't love what you do, you're just doing it for the money or you're just doing it for whatever reason, that's going to wear out. That's going to be like, you know what? I don't care about the money. I need to be happy. And to be honest with you, I'm happy. I'm not there for the money, obviously.
Good.
But it's just, I love what I do. I get there early in the morning. I do my thing. I say hello to Miss Becky.
Miss Becky.
My sister-in-law.
Yeah, so if you come to the radio station, you'll be greeted by Miss Becky, who is our lady of first impressions.
I know, we gave her that name, the director of first impressions.
Yes.
The thing is, when somebody comes in to pick up a prize, they're there for half the day because Becky's got a full conversation going with them.
Yes, Becky's got to ask about what they're up to.
Where they're going.
Yes, how their day's been.
But we love Becky.
We do.
She's my sister-in-law. For those of you watching, I don't know this, but obviously my sister-in-law. But she came in at a time. She was in between jobs, and here's another one. She was making a lot of money in her previous employment, but it wasn't her. She wasn't happy. Now she's extremely happy, and that
shows because she laughs. You know what I mean? And that it's so refreshing to see people like genuinely belly laugh, like in the middle of a work day. Like we need to do that more.
Yeah.
We need to belly laugh more.
You don't see that a lot. I'm not saying you never see it, but you don't see it a lot in corporate America. Mm-hmm. And, that's kind of the way things have been going and the downsizing and all that. But I can say where we work, which is a few different companies made into one, we call it Inner Harbor Media, with the Wolf and the Dinosaur and the Fox Sports, and we have Beat, and we got WVOA. We've got 17 or so radio stations in the back that you wouldn't even know they're there, or TV stations rather, and you wouldn't even know they're there unless somebody told you, which I'm telling you right now, and they are the over-the-air channels that if you're sitting at home and you don't have Fios or you don't have cable, you don't have Spectrum, whatever, and you just have an over-the-air antenna, do the scan, and I'll bet you half to 3/4 of those channels are coming from our back room. So.
That is so cool. Hearing that just gave me chills. It did. It gives me chills. It's just so cool to hear that that's like where I go to work every day.
It is. Somebody,
it's just so cool.
Sean is on there saying, Skip, what is something we would be surprised to learn about you? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you? And I was a fireman for 20 years. I was an EMT. I was a fire chief with the Fairmount Fire Department.
Thank you so much for your service.
Well, that was a long time ago, baby. A long time ago. But no, it's still very, I have a lot of friends that still do it. I'm trying to think, God, I've been in Syracuse all my life. I had opportunities to move on in the radio business. I have 3 beautiful daughters, and my wife now, Nancy, and we have Zach. But I have 3 beautiful daughters, and that's the reason I didn't move on. Because when things happened between me and their mom, there was no way I was going to leave my daughters. There was no way. So I just stuck with it here. I drove a truck. I drove a snowplow for the town of Camillus. I was a Zamboni operator. You know what a Zamboni is, right? You're
Yeah.
from Fulton. You must know what a Zamboni
And I went
is.
to Oswego, which is the Oswego hockey, very, very popular. So yes. the Zamboni.
When I was employed by the Parks Department, I believe it was either Fulton or Oswego. They had a Zamboni school. I went to that. It was like a seminar type thing, just a couple of days. But yeah, that's where it was all happening up
Yeah.
there. So that was kind of cool. That was kind of cool. What was your first concert?
My first,
Yeah, I
like
know.
working for the radio station, or
No, in life in general.
Okay, so
Because I know we have a little difference when it
I'm
comes
really
to
glad
music.
you asked this. I saw Doechii in concert at Syracuse at Chevy Court in 2022, and she actually was the third female to win album of the year, and she was rap. So Miss Lauryn Hill was before her, and I believe Nicki, or not me, I don't think it was Nicki Minaj. I think somebody else won that category as well. But what's really, really cool is that we saw, I think it was Maddie and Tay. We did Maddie and Tay came on up over
Back
the summer.
then?
No, this.
So this year,
past summer,
yeah,
right.
we had them in our
And
booth.
we
Yeah.
did. And you gave me a really cool opportunity to like go on stage and take pictures. And I feel like it was really full circle to kind of see Doechii and her win that like, album of the year, and then go to work and be able to step on the same stage that artist stepped on, and then be able to do your own art or craft is really, really cool.
See, one thing I think you've learned with me is I do it. It's a job that I love, but I hope that nobody thinks it's an ego thing, because there are a lot of people out there in the radio business, television business, the podcast business who, it's like, dude, you can't even walk through the door. Your head's so big. I don't ever want somebody to think that of me. And the thing is, when I see you there, and I know what you love, I know, and that's why you're sitting right here to my left right now, because I can tell, you're into doing this. I
am. I love this stuff.
It's like, I said, Reagan, come with me. I want you to go on stage. I want you to see what it's like. I want you to feel what it is to stand up there and look at all these people.
And I was nervous at first. I even looked at you and I was like, Skip, I don't know if I can do this. Like, you want me to go with you?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, why? You got it.
Yeah.
Like, you're doing great. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. And we'll do it again.
And yeah.
There's other shows coming up, and we will definitely do it again. But that is so much fun. Now, you're not, it's okay. You're not a huge country fan. It's okay. You can say no. I get it. But
I'm not personally the biggest country fan, but I definitely will say my I have a better understanding and appreciation for country since like working at the radio station and kind of learning like what your job, like the role of your job, and kind of listening to the songs and going to concerts, especially. I think like learning about these artists and who they are as real people, and then listening to their music and seeing if there's a parallel or what's going on with that is
so let me ask,
shaped my view.
Let me ask. Yes, I've seen that, but now that you're in the building, the radio station, and you meet the artist, does it give you like a whole different perspective that, holy crap, this guy's just like me? Or, a good example, Atlas came through.
I was actually going to mention Hardy.
Hardy. Yes, we did the Hardy thing.
Oh my gosh. This was like this is the best example of like realizing like an artist is just a human being at the end of the day. We got to go to the radio room for Hardy when he came up to the amp over the summer, and Skip was super generous. He was like, Reagan, do you want to come to the back? We can meet the artist. I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. We got to meet Coetzel. We got to meet Sycarus. We got to meet Steven Wilson Jr.
And he was just on the award show last night. I know you may be watching this a few days down the road, but the CMA Awards, he played a big role in that.
He did.
Yeah.
That's fun. I think it's well deserved. His performance was really good.
Phenomenal.
Very good. I think he sang Something in the Way, like a rendition of that.
He did.
It gave me chills. It was awesome.
Yeah, Stand By Me.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
but he Hardy came. And he comes around the corner and he goes to like say hello to me, shake my hand. And doesn't Hardy like slip on like water because it had rained? He slipped on water and like,
where did he end up?
He fell right into my arms, And I was like, this guy's worked with Morgan Wallen. This guy's worked with like A-list country artists, and he just fell into my arms. Like that just happened.
Should have seen the smile on her face. It was quite all right. Believe me, it was quite all right. She was like looking every minute of it.
Yeah, I was like,
will he do that again? I don't know.
It was crazy.
But he was so generous.
Yeah, he was like so quick to be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm good. Are you okay? Like, you're the celebrity." Like, and it was awesome to like have that human moment, because I was also really nervous to like meet the artists, and it just calmed me down instantly. I was like, I'm not nervous about anything. We're just here to have a human interaction, just have some normal like, you know what I mean? Like this isn't, there's no pressure. There's nothing that we have to.
Yeah. Reading some of the comments, Bill says, I'm from North Syracuse. Michael James saying, hi guys, I remember my first concert was in Chevy Court with my dad. It was Johnny Rivers. Do you know who Johnny Rivers is? I'm going to bet you do not. You don't.
I don't.
Okay. So anyways, he was big in the 60s. That was long before. I mean, yeah, that was a long time ago. But yeah. But Michael James, his dad and I were very good friends. So
what's like a good Johnny Rivers song?
Summer Rain. Secret Agent Man. Okay. You're going to go look those up now.
Yeah, I am.
Tomorrow I'm going to walk in and she's going to be on her computer at her desk and pulling it
Googling,
all. So
YouTubing all these.
Googling it. Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. So, I mean, just your overall experience is you've come out of your shell. I mean, I'll tell you that, and if mom and dad are watching, now I get it. But absolutely, and hopefully they are. They haven't chimed in yet, but hopefully they are. So
they probably are. They're awesome.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your family.
My family, well, I'm the oldest of 3 girls. I have 2 younger sisters.
Do you fight over clothes? Or
oh my gosh, don't even get me started.
Really? First of all right.
I kid.
I hear stories of, sisters and, do you share a bedroom or do you have your own rooms?
We all have our own rooms.
Okay.
We do share clothes. I think that's normal though. It's all the bickering and all of the, she took my clothes. Oh my gosh.
Mom!
She used all the toilet paper. She did this. She did that. Like, that's just normal sister stuff at the end of the day. Yeah. They're awesome, and my parents are amazing. That's awesome. I come from a really great family. I'm very lucky.
God bless you. You're down by the river, aren't you? Right?
Yeah, we're right on the Oswego River.
Yeah, does that freeze over?
Nope.
It doesn't. It's always flowing.
Always
flowing.
And yeah.
Do you swim right there?
No.
By your yard? No. Why not?
Well, the river goes too fast. The river.
Oh, okay. The current.
The current is really strong in the river. It it travels towards the lake, so it goes really crazy.
That's cool.
It moves quick.
It's cool though. Yeah. Do you have a boat?
We sure do. We have a boat.
We need to do the podcast from the boat.
On the boat.
Yeah.
Next time.
So mom and dad, when you're listening, we will bring the Skip Clark podcast portable setup and we'll bring it on the boat.
Yeah. And we'll do it live from there. I think people would love that.
Do they have power? Or we have to run one long-ass extension?
We might have to bring something to accommodate for that.
We're just going to be floating out in the front. We can't go too far. But
yeah. We'll just hang out on the dock. No worries.
What is one thing that absolutely drives you nuts? Crazy.
One thing that drives, like a pet peeve?
Yeah, something that just drives you nuts.
Something that drives me nuts. Oh my gosh. Well, that's hard.
I don't know. You're too nice. You're too.
I am.
I think
I
Becky's rubbing off on you. Is like you said, she's the nicest person in the
I'm a
world.
very understanding person. But if something were to like rub me the wrong way, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I don't like loud chewing. Like
Oh, I hate that. Well, that's good to know.
that's
But
yeah.
I know I hate that too. I hate
Yeah.
that too.
No,
I
I'm
cannot
just kidding.
stand, and it drives. And if my wife's listening, she'll pop the door open and go, "Yep, that's right." But when she pops her gum or anything like that, and I'm with her,
You don't like that?
I don't like
I
that.
pop my gum. So good thing.
All right, I haven't heard that yet, but now, okay, now you know.
Now I know.
Now you know. But you're right, the chewing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing. That is a pet peeve of mine as well. Being on the air, and when I'm listening to somebody on the air, and I know they're eating something, it drives me. I go back. You know what? It goes. The skip happens.
Yeah,
So,
skip happens.
it does. But yeah. So that's one thing.
Yes.
And clipping of your fingernails or your toenails. I can't stand that.
That's annoying too. Do you want to know what else it's not that it like, I don't know. It's just, I have like a hard time understanding. It's kind of a pet peeve. Just people that are monotone. People that don't like have inflections in their tone. And like, do you know what I mean? Like
I do know.
for
what you mean.
me, it's kind of hard to understand their emotions when they don't like fluctuate their tones or
It's true.
like when they're happy, like you'll sound happy, or if you're sad, or mad, you'll sound mad.
It's just
Like
hey, what's going on? Nothing.
Yeah,
What's up? Yeah,
yeah.
things are good.
That's so
What's
hard.
going on, Miss Ray? Things
Yeah,
are good.
yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of
No,
that
I know. It's
energy.
like, dude, what's wrong?
Yeah,
It's like, come
okay,
on.
yeah.
Life's good. Thanks for asking. That
It's
monotone.
like sadness from
Yeah.
inside out.
Yeah. When was the last time you really got pissed off at something? And what was it? What made you really mad one day?
What made me
God.
really mad? I don't usually. I don't know. I try not to
You
get
don't
mad.
get mad. Good. That's
Try
good
not to
for you.
get mad.
If you
It
know
is
how to
good.
handle.
I try to live the let them theory, I can only control what I can control. So when other people act kooky or
Mhm.
act a little wild, I try to take it with a grain of salt, which is, it's very hard to do that. You know what I mean? It's hard to not let other people's negativity or emotions kind of impact your own.
I hope you never change.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, but it's
I'm saying
it's something that I think helps. I think it leads to more peace of mind. I try to do that.
because you are unique. Because a lot of people, no, seriously,
Thank you.
there's not a
In
lot
a
of
good
people
way.
like you in a
Yeah.
good way. Yes, absolutely, in a good way. You gotta love that. How would you? So we get you on a regular basis, become like the co-host here. And we'll be each other's co-host with Skip Happens when we can do it, as much as we can do it.
Okay.
Would you say you're the storyteller? Maybe you're going to be the one with the random facts. You're going to be the big laughter or laugher. You're going to call me out on my nonsense.
What, like, what's my
Voice
role?
of reason, maybe the
I-
wild card. I don't
yeah.
know. You can pick any of those.
I think I just want to be like kind of a mix of like that funny and just like be real. I just want to be
I love
relatable, and yeah, I think that's really it. I just want to be relatable. I want someone to be like, you know what, I really jive with what she's saying and
Yeah,
how she
yeah.
feels, and yeah,
That's very
that's
cool.
my goal.
That's very cool. Well, hopefully all that works out. I guess this is why this is going to work. I love this.
Yes.
And like you said before, there's a difference. So, just because who I am and what I've been through and how long I've been working and, all that. And then here, you are, I don't know if I'm going to pick the rookie, the new person.
I think I like blank canvas. You're more like
Oh,
you're
you're
more
like
like a
wow.
Van Gogh painting.
Miss Artistic over here.
Yeah, and I'm like a blank canvas. Maybe
So-
a stick figure.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So, all right. See, I think you are a very cool young lady. I think
Thank
you've
you.
got it all going. You're in a good place. You've got a great attitude. I love your passion, your dedication, and you're willing to do whatever it takes to make it work. And
Thank
I totally
you.
get that. Now you look at me, and I've been doing this a long, long time. I sit down with artists. I interview the artists. You've seen me do that. It's like,
Yeah, but you wake up every day and you like
I was gonna go
it's
back.
not
Yeah.
it's not even like
Yeah.
it's like it's like autopilot for you. And I see that as like a person outside of your like story, you know what I mean? Like I see that you talk about like me having a passion. I see that from your end. And I think it's so inspiring that you have so much experience and you've like done so much and that you wake up every day wanting to do more. I think it's really, it's inspired me to want to do more. And I think that's really what gave me the courage to be like, you want to know what, Skip? I'm getting on the podcast.
Exactly. And that's what she did.
Because,
I just want you to know that.
Yeah.
That's what she did. She goes, I want to do this.
Yeah. Something overcame me. I was like, we're doing this. Like, this is happening. It's got to be done.
I love it. So, you know, and I know there's a lot of people my age. I've got grandkids. I mean, let's just put it that way. I'm up there, but I've been doing this a long time. But I wake up, you're right, I wake up in the morning. And this goes back to what I was saying before is you got to love what you do.
Yeah.
Even with all the BS that goes on in everywhere, I guess. It's still, I wake up in the morning and I know I get up, do everything I got to do, get ready, and I leave for work. I'm there early. I don't have to be there when I'm there. I don't have to be there till 10 o'clock, but I'm there at 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, you want to be there. And that's like
the
difference.
I do.
And that's kind of what I've started to feel too is like there's a difference between like needing, like feeling like you're needing to go to that job versus like wanting to go to that job. Like I drive to the radio station. I drive from Fulton, so it takes like
cruising down
roughly 30 minutes. So
How many songs is that? Do you listen? Hang on, I don't mean to interrupt, but maybe I do. But but you know what? It's like somebody would say to me, how long does it take you to get to the radio station? And I'll go, well, it's going to take me about 2.5 songs. That's how we look at it.
Yeah.
So 30 minutes, you're probably talking 6.
Yeah,
6 songs,
I was going to say 6 to 8 songs.
Whatever you're listening to, and that's entirely up to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because the songs are usually between 2 to 4 minutes. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Miss Ray's and jamming out as she's going going from one job to the next. You gotta love that. You gotta love that, man. So, what is it that you actually want to do? The end result of all this. Where are you going? Where do you want to go?
That's a good question. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of in a state where I'm going to be honest, I don't really know, but I think like what I would love to do is like own my own like media firm. And I know that's a wild take, but I think that like the way, like kind of working at the radio station, one of the things that I'm so interested in is like how we brand and promote and market artists and how like we choose certain things to be associated with artists and stuff like that. So I think like with my interest in photography and like videography and then learning about production and audio, it all kind of comes together and wanting to like help people and like artists in the long run be able to brand themselves and market themselves and maybe working with a record label or I don't know, like maybe my own record label, you know, like something along those lines. Because I think being the support for the artist is so important.
Well, you've
but
seen
also,
it because of where you are and the relationship that many of us have. For example, that I have with Nashville. You've seen it by those that stop by the station and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. So I know how important that support is for the artists, but I don't know. I just think it's so cool how these artists get to like inspire so many people and they have to be strategic in how they do it. And you know, what happens if there's a PR disaster? Who cleans that up? You know, and I wonder about that stuff. And, you know, I kind of want to take care of that. Like,
and you could.
And I could. So
yeah,
that's, that's what I would like to do. Would maybe
Miss Ray love to be on air? I mean, we're doing the podcast.
Yeah,
this is something entirely different every day. We can go whatever direction we want to, say whatever we want.
Because I love being on air. I love being on camera and I love kind of being a personality aside from helping other people and doing that other thing. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do both. I don't think I have to pick one or the other, right? That's what I was just going to say is that I don't think I have to pick one or the other. I think I can do all of it and whatever works or opportunities arise is what's meant to be because I just trust the universe, really.
When was the last time you went to a movie?
Oh my
You get
gosh.
like, you got your girlfriends, you get together, do you go out maybe, get a cocktail because you're old enough now,
Yeah.
and you go to a movie.
The last time I went to the movie, I honestly think the last time I went was for the first Wicked.
Oh wow, that was a while ago, right?
Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah,
So
well, it was at least last year.
yes.
Yeah.
I believe that was the last time, and I went with a couple of girlfriends and cried like a bunch of babies because
I love it.
we're sensitive and Wicked is very touching. So, but I'll be going to the movie soon. Wicked 2's coming out. So don't worry.
All
So
right. See,
next time we do the
you're into
podcast, I'll have a good movie story
Yeah.
to
See,
share.
you should do we should do some movie reviews. We could do and so many different avenues we could go down.
Yeah.
Every week. This week we're running into the holidays, so some of the artists aren't available. But next week I have a couple of them on. I'd love to have you come in and sit with me when I do one of those.
I would love to
and
do that.
and you and I mean, we could both interview the artists. which
Yeah, that would
really
be
cool.
awesome.
Yeah. Because as you know,
Yes,
I've had a lot of
yes.
them on. Plus, if they're in the radio station, we can do it from the radio station. But
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I love
Let
this.
me know
I love
when
this.
and where.
I'm just like, wow.
Let's
this
do
is cool.
this.
Yeah, it is cool. So here you are. You're in the Skip Happens pod
Yes.
zone. The lights are on. I got the Skip Happens sign behind us. I got Miss Ray sitting over here, who you're going to see a whole lot more. If anybody has any questions, I'm sitting right here. You want to ask me something about radio? Let's do it. I'm in local radio. How important is local radio? It is so very important.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of these stations, the music may be pretty good, but they don't have that local connection. We're not talking about the accident on Route 81, or we would be, but others would not. Even some of the music, sometimes we can throw in a little local just to give it that little novelty.
Yeah.
Or, other places cannot do that. So cannot do what we do within our building. And locally owned, locally operated, hometown. We're not kidding when we say that. Even with our morning show, I have people come out and say, Big D and Bubba aren't local. No, they're not. But they're in Nashville. But I will tell you this. Every day I wake up, I can talk to Big D and Bubba. And I can also get into the radio station and go, hey, dude, just to let you know, Route 81 southbound Liverpool is blocked solid. There's a wreck there. 30 seconds, we have that on the air. So
Right, and the logs and
Yeah.
the information that goes out every
Yep,
day is being
yep.
looked
And
at.
you do your hometown happening.
Yeah,
So where we,
I have my own segment on
Yeah.
the air, which is so cool. I love it.
what was it like when you first heard your voice on the air? Did you like,
It-
oh my God, had to pull over?
Yeah, it was.
It's like, that's me.
The first time I heard it was actually at work. I was sitting at my desk.
And Skip had it correct.
And yeah, no, like I don't even think you were there, and I just heard it, and I kind of just stopped breathing because I was like, it wasn't that I wasn't thinking about how I was hearing it. I was thinking about how everybody else could hear it, and I was like, oh my gosh, all these people are gonna hear my voice because it's actually on the air, because it's just weird. It's weird to like have the editing and you kind of have the finished product and you're like, okay, this is going to be on the air. And then, you hear a Morgan Wallen song and then all of a sudden it starts to transition and it goes to Reagan talking and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so weird.
Miss Becky
but
wheels
so
around.
cool.
Are you okay?
Yeah, she's checking in on me.
Yeah, she's like another mom to you. Isn't she?
She is my work mom
Your
for
work
sure.
mom. Yeah, she's my sister-in-law, which I told you. So,
Yes.
that's another whole
Yes.
story. So, and on that note, what is, because when we have family get-togethers, of course, Miss Becky joins us as well, and it gets a little crazy. But what's your house like during the holidays? Do you, Thanksgiving, everybody go to
Yeah.
your place? Do they?
Well, the holidays kind of look a little different every year, you know what I mean? Our family keeps getting bigger and bigger. I have cousins that keep having babies, which is amazing. Our family keeps growing, so it's like, oh my gosh, do we have enough room to do it in the house again this year, or should we find another place to go? So it really depends on the holiday. Sometimes we do it at our house, sometimes we go to an aunt or grandma's, or sometimes we We go to a restaurant even.
Yeah,
It just
no,
depends on
rented that
who's
years
coming
ago.
and
Yeah.
how many people are invited to the party.
Cool. It's
And do you do holidays right up?
yeah, right. Upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets great. We are
I'm sure.
the party house. For whatever reason, we are the party house.
Well, your house is beautiful.
Wow,
I said that
small.
as I came in. I was like, your house is so
I got those permanent lights out front.
and they looked cute.
Now, aren't they cool?
Yeah, they are.
They are cool because I can just get on my phone here and change them. I could turn them off right now. I could turn them off. I'll have to show you later.
You are, because I thought
I'm
you would
such
have to
a
go
geek.
outside and...
No. My gosh, no. I don't even know where my phone is, or I'd show you. But it's I use they're called Govee lights. And then there's a lot of different brands, but they're definitely not the cheapest. But they are very cool. Govee. I've got the Govee Christmas tree on the back. I've got I don't know if you can see the blue light behind me.
That's Govee?
Yeah, that's Govee too. That's
Ooh.
See, I just watch this. Yeah,
Govee should have sponsored this podcast.
Govee. Yeah, if somebody sends this to them, that would be great because, well, actually, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but let me do this here. Hang on, we're going there. So, so let's see. Let's do this. Oh,
color.
No, I didn't. What did I do? Hang on.
He's changing the lights outside.
I know. I think there were. Oh no,
like,
no.
What's going on?
Look, no.
Oh, it's
what
red.
happened? They turned red, right?
They're
Describe
red.
it. Describe it. They turned red. So, anyways, let's go here. Let's look. This is called Forest. I want you to describe it.
All right. So forest is green, but for some reason it has speckling blue and white lights that go throughout it.
You know, I can't raise the camera up to see it, but that's why I'm asking you to describe it. All right, wait a minute. Let me find another.
I wish they had like a sunset one. Like
they do.
They do?
They do. Stand by. Well, wait a minute. This one's Snowflake.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah, I know. I don't know where they got the
biggest fan of that one.
No. All right, wait a minute. So we could do. I saw a sunset on here somewhere.
We should get these in the office.
We should.
Miss Becky and I talk about having like little parties in the office all the time when we do our song of the day.
I don't know how much the owner would appreciate that, but no, I know the song of the day. You guys do a song of the day?
Yeah. So. Becky,
wait, what did I miss this? I must be in the studio.
Sometimes when Miss Becky and I, it's like a slower day, you know, we just need some momentum to get through the work day. Mm-hmm. She will show me like a song of the day from the clubbing days, like from the 80s, because she's like, girl, you don't know what, there's nothing to do around here. Sorry, I thought about how I had to do a Miss Becky impression. I was oh my gosh. But she's like, there's nothing to do around here. There's no place to dance. There's nowhere to go. Like, what do you kids do? And I'm like, well, show me the song. Show me what it's like. And she's quick.
This.
She's quick. Yeah. While you're in the studio, we have we pretend we're in the club in the 80s.
I'm missing all this.
Yeah.
Well, now that you told me, well, look, I got I put candlelight on. Yeah, but you see, we have the other lights which are bright, so yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah, you might be able to see a little tone change, color change in the picture here, but yeah, so it's great. So here we are, we're in the pod zone, and we're doing the podcast. Skip Happens. Do you like that name?
I do. Skip Happens.
So what I did to get that name, this was before the pandemic. I said I wanted to start a podcast, so I went on Facebook. Maybe it was MySpace back then. I don't.
No, oh my goodness.
No, I'm kidding. It wasn't.
Don't say that.
It wasn't. Do you know what that is?
I know what MySpace is.
Dad had one, right?
Yeah.
Mom and Dad. Yeah.
Well,
okay. Well,
I don't know if Dad had one, but I learned about them.
I
learned about MySpace.
Yeah.
When did you have a MySpace?
Oh, we're going.
They were in the 2000s, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Early 2000s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyways, I went on Facebook and I said, I'm going to start a podcast. I said, I'm looking for ideas. What should I call it? Mm-hmm. I said, and the one idea I pick, I will give you a $25 Dunkin' card. So somebody came up. Well, you'll laugh. It was actually Sam, our general manager. His brother-in-law, Sammy, came
Sam's
up.
brother-in-law is Sammy.
Yes, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
didn't know Sam's brother-in-law
Well,
was
they're
Sammy.
Italian. Everybody's a Sam.
Everyone's a Sam or
But
Nick.
Sammy, of course, it's his wife's brother, Sammy. And he said, "Call it Skip Happens." And out of
I
all
love
those,
that
I
name.
said, that's awesome
It is.
because it's a great play on words. So
Mhm.
he won the contest. He got the $25 Dunkin' card. So since then, before the pandemic, as you know, people. Here's how all this went down. Of course, I had a buddy of mine make the table that we're sitting at. So Skip Happens, right? Burned into it. He made this and gave it to me. This table is, I will never get rid of it.
Yeah, this is a beautiful table.
So, we got all ready to go. I invested in the microphones. I got the cameras. I got all the good stuff. And the artist, when they would come through on what they call their radio tour, which you are now familiar with, for example, the artists that have come into the station already.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they'd tell me what day they were coming in, and I said, well, if you can make it like early in the evening, I'll get pizza, wings, and beer, and we'll go sit in my podcast zone, my pod zone. So they used to come over here.
Yeah.
But then everything stopped in the world. The pandemic set in.
shut
Everything
everything
shut
down.
everything down. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
You know how that went. That was
Yeah.
like, we had to work from home, get the full studio over there. And so now, this is where I think the pandemic kind of helped me out.
Okay.
Because now, I mean, you're sitting here,
Mhm.
but like when I get the artist, I mean, usually they're, as we mentioned early on in the podcast, they're sitting home and they're either on a tour bus, sitting home, maybe at a venue, whatever, but they're doing the podcast. And now it's all done almost like a Zoom, even though I use a different platform, but
Yeah.
same idea. So that's because of the pandemic. Now, every
I think
once
that's
in a
so
while,
cool that
Yeah.
we've been able to adjust like that so that you can
That is the good thing.
have that.
see, so there was
communication
something
more.
good that did come out of the
Yeah.
pandemic. So, yeah.
So you can do more interviews.
Yeah.
And
I
and
love
talk to more
doing
artists.
interviews.
It's more artists.
I don't know how many people really love doing interviews. I think you would love it
I
because
think I would love it.
as I see you here tonight. But I love doing them at the radio station too, and all the public affairs that you set up. You get on the calendar, and I do the interviews, which eventually you're going to hopefully be
Yes, I
doing
would
some
love
of
to
this.
eventually.
Yeah. So
Well, yes.
it's cool.
Yes.
It's cool. What else? What else do you want to know? Anything else? Anything? What? Anything?
Anybody have any questions?
Questions? I don't know. It's cool.
Yes. Thank you for having me. I'm. Yeah.
I know.
This
I know.
has been amazing. This is just so cool.
This is,
Such a great opportunity.
It is, and it's going to live online.
Yes.
So, yeah. I'm
This
surprised.
is one of many.
Mom and Dad have not chimed in. You sure they're watching?
They're shy. You thought I was shy in the beginning. Mom and Dad are shy.
I want to give them a shout. What's Mom's first name?
Kelly.
Kelly. Hi, Kelly.
And
Dad?
Dad is Frank.
Hi, Kelly and Frank in
Yes,
Fulton.
Yes.
I love it. And look at something to be proud of. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got a wonderful family. You got some very talented kids. I'm looking at one of them right now. So now, and I'm proud to have her on our staff and be able to, have some fun with what we do at the radio station, and we learn from it. So it's Miss Ray, everybody. Miss Ray.
Yes.
See, that was we're almost 50 minutes already.
Yeah.
It goes by fast.
Went by super fast.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. My sign. That's a television.
Which I didn't really realize that was a TV when I
Do you
first
have
came in.
flat screens in the house? I assume you
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And when I did realize it was a TV, you told me the coolest
I did?
trick.
What?
Because I asked, I said, how did you get that graphic on there? And
Yeah.
you were like, I put it on a hard drive and
Well,
then you
put
can.
it on flash drive.
A flash drive, not a hard drive.
Yeah, put it in
And
the
I was
USB.
like, I never would have thought
Yeah.
of that. I was like,
Then you go to the right input.
genius.
Click
That's
it.
how they do it.
See, I can put your name up there next.
Yeah.
We should split that. See,
I'm making a graphic out of it, Mommy. Don't worry. I'll take care of it.
she's on. She says
I'm
that
on it
she's on.
tomorrow. No worries.
I'll come back from lunch and you'll be going, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. I'm ready to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll have emailed it to you
Very
already.
Miss Ray, you're awesome. Proud of you.
You're awesome.
And thanks for coming by the pod
Yes,
and
thank
hanging.
you.
And you got to meet the dog. You got to say hello to everybody here in the
Yes,
house. You went to
yes.
my son's game room back there. That's
His man cave.
oh my God.
That
That's
was so
the Zach
awesome.
cave. Yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah.
If you're a Syracuse sports fan, Zach has the
Zach has
setup. Let me tell you, that was so cool.
Wait till he's got, his bedroom upstairs is one thing. I don't know if you know this or not. We used to house baseball players, major.
You mentioned that, and I
And it
think
was
that's so cool.
it was very cool
So
because you got to know them, number one, and their way of life.
Mm-hmm.
And almost every baseball player that we had stay with us, and sometimes their girlfriend or their wives or their families,
hmm
a lot of them were Latino. And to learn the culture,
hmm
and boy, could they cook. They would take over the kitchen upstairs and they would, plantains and all that. Oh my God. And they'd be like, we're cooking tonight. We want you to try this. And the food was always phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I came home one day. I tell this story quite often that many years ago when we had all the players here, and I think they were the Syracuse Chiefs at the time. But they didn't have a game that day. I came home from work and there were cars on both sides of my street. I mean, I'm like, wow, somebody's having a big ass party at this hour in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden I hear the music and I go, it's coming from my house. And it's like, it's the Latino music. It's all that. And so I go in my
my
backyard.
goodness.
The fire pit is roaring. They've got their
They're
made
throwing a
homemade
party.
soup on the
Oh
fire pit
my
that they would do in their
gosh.
homeland. And it was the best soup
Wow.
ever. And that party went well into the night.
I-
And they were playing dominoes. They played
That's
dominoes.
so cool.
It was very
so
cool.
cool.
And some of the big players, some of the players that were here that day, little did the neighbors know that some of those players were Major League Baseball players.
Who's one of the players that really stuck with you? It
It's-
doesn't have to be most famous.
No, we had
But,
Paulo Espino, who was a pitcher.
Okay.
He came on board once. He stayed with us a couple of seasons. We had Adrian Sanchez, who was in the World Series. Him and his wife and the
Oh
kids,
my
and
gosh.
the kids were
I don't really
adorable.
I don't really watch baseball. I know Adrian Sanchez. I've
Really?
heard that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard that name.
Yeah.
So
He stayed
wow.
here. He's living in West Palm now. We keep in touch. Paulo, we keep in touch with.
That's
Going way back, Zach Walters, Ryan Tatusco, Destin Hood stayed with us. Destin was so cool. I'm trying to, oh my God, just had a great lineup of people here.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
On the show.
Oh,
I know, it's my life. There's life outside
there's
of
a
radio
lot-
too,
Yeah.
and what we don't know about each other.
Yes.
And I was a fireman. I was a fireman for 20 years. I was a medic.
Mhm.
I did all that. So
Yeah.
something a lot of people don't know. I ran a Zamboni, which we talked about. It was pretty cool. My wife used to come out to Nancy with before we were married. She'd come out to the rink and ride my Zamboni. that never mind. Oh my God.
Aw, you guys would do
Yeah,
first little
yeah.
dates on the Zamboni.
Yeah, it's like
That's
she'd
so
ride and I'd
cute.
make a new sheet of ice, Quitting time.
Aw, you and Nancy are so cute. You are. I tell you all the time how adorable I think your wife is. She's cute as a button.
Well, yeah.
And she's so nice. You're very lucky. You're very lucky.
I'm a lucky guy. All right. Miss Ray, you're awesome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching,
you.
everybody. This is what we call Skip Happens. And you know what? This is what it's about.
Yes.
And kind of doing things a little bit different. I'm going to try to do this every week, one way or the other. If you want to sit home, we could do it that way too. If you could zoom in.
Yeah.
Even though it's not Zoom, it's a different platform, but still.
I don't know. I might come back to the pod room.
Now
I like
you know
the
where I am.
setup. Yeah, I like the setup. I like the microphone. I like the headphones. I like the bobbleheads.
It's my bubble.
I like the whole setup.
Yeah.
I like
Cool.
the
This is the real
environment.
deal.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
I
I love
wanna stay here.
I love it. You're
It's
welcome.
awesome.
You're welcome. It could be your Syracuse home when you're not in Fulton.
Yeah.
Love to have you.
Yes.
Miss Ray, you're awesome. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you. As soon as I find the my mouse here. Got dual screen. See, this is what happens. It's like what happened to the mouse. I found it now. So, but anyways, thank you for watching, everybody.
Yes.
Go to YouTube. subscribe and let us know who you are, where you watch it from, and you know what? We'll give you a shout out next time. That's what we can do.
Yes.
Also, we got I got some of the older mugs here, but anyways, I'll put them up later. We got new coffee mugs too for Skip Happens. But thanks for watching, everybody.
Yes, thank you so much for watching. Skip, thank you.
You're so welcome. It's good to see you. As always, I see you every day, all day.
Yes.